Hello! If you're here, you've listened to our most recent episode all about body recomposition and how we advocate for you to never cut unless it's for health reasons or if aesthetics are your primary goal. If you're here, you also know that I've been a really bad athlete, and I've been in a caloric deficit for quite some time, and I haven't been focusing on my athletic performance but rather on my aesthetics. Now, this wouldn't have been a problem if I didn't proclaim that athleticism or my athletic performance was my primary goal, and clearly it wasn't. So I've been in a caloric deficit for quite some time, and in that time, although I haven't made great strength gains, I've become way more comfortable with my body. And yes, that my body got smaller or whatever, but I've become more comfortable with how my body performs and how my body functions, and I feel more secure in who I am and what I am, and etc., etc. So now I'm at a point that I really need to take my strength seriously. So I need to take some time and put on muscle. You know, when I started strength sports, I started in powerlifting, and in powerlifting, it was really cool and it was totally acceptable to be a fat powerlifter, which would have been totally fine, and I have nothing against anyone that's their goals. I just hated my body. I hated my body. I hated what it looked like, but I loved what it could do. And when I was doing that, I was eating a lot and I was making some serious strength gains, but I was so negative to myself and negative with how my body looked that the strength gains didn't even matter. I just hated how I looked. So I've spent the last couple months in a caloric deficit, not really like caloric deficit, but just kind of cutting things out here and there and just kind of slimming down. And it's been great. It hasn't been horrible, but now I'm at a point that I want to focus on gaining strength. Now, we hear a lot on YouTube and Instagram of people like bulking and cutting and bulking and cutting, and what I want to do is not bulking nor cutting. It's simply eating to fuel my body, so eating to maintain my daily level of activities with adding in my training, which adds in quite a bit of calories. And I came to Kristen and I was like, look, I don't think this resource exists. I don't think that there's someone out there really who's gone through this slow process of adding strength while not bulking and not cutting. Like, it's not magic, it's not rocket scientist, it's just kind of living your daily life and eating to fuel yourself. And there's not many resources out there that you can go to and cry with or be together with or, really connect with. And I wanted to create a series so that if you decide to go through this, if you too decide to focus on your strength, that you have someone who's going through something similar. You have someone who you can reach out to and ask questions, who's going through your pain, who is just as uncomfortable as you are. Because I don't expect this is going to be fun. I mean, I'm still kind of at the point when I hop on the scale every once in a while and it's up a bit, I kind of like have a mini freak out. So this should be interesting. One thing Kristen told me is to put the scale away, so that'll probably happen. But yeah, I wanted to create this resource as like a series of me getting stronger, highlighting my strength, and not necessarily my six-pack, because I don't have a six-pack. In fact, I'm very white, but got some love in there, and that's fine. I just want to get stronger, and I wanted to create this so you can get stronger with me. I don't know, that sounds so stupid and cheesy. And please excuse me for being awkward in front of the camera. There's a reason we created the podcast. That's because we're awkward on camera, so bear with us as we do this. If by chance you're here and you haven't already listened to our podcast is called Empowered by Iron. I've linked it in the description below. Check it out. It's a great resource for any female strength athletes. And also, if you want to support us through Patreon, we have our Patreon page. We have different levels of support, which gives you different perks, so to speak. But that really helps us grow as a podcast and helps us put on these things as well. We also have a Facebook group page called Women in Strength Athlete Resource. Go check that out. We've got some great things in there. We've got some videos, we've got some helpful tips and what have you. It's just a great space and a safe space for women athletes. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at empoweredbyiron@gmail.com and check us out at empoweredbyiron.com. Yeah, until next week, get uncomfortable with this YouTube series. It's time to get comfortable with uncomfortable. I don't know. I gotta stretch. Bye.